Hello, how's everybody doing out there? It's Matt with the Yinvests Investments Group. We're going to go over real quick the top callouts for this week. For tomorrow, it'll be July 30th, alright? If you want to join us on the chat room, it's in the description. You can subscribe and like the video so we know that you guys appreciate the callouts and everything like that. And if you want to comment on anything you want to know. Let's go over it now. I'll start out. Right here is my first one. It is ICD. This is one that it's come back to this support down here at about 360. It's been at the support 1, 2, 3 times now. So it has just bounced and validated this SMA line or this EMA blue line, and it's starting its uptrend again. So if we see a continuation here, we can see it all the way back up to this SMA line up here. Possibly even more back up to almost $5 up here. So it's about 22%, even possibly up here to $5 maybe. But you got to watch out for this SMA line, and also it's got earnings coming up here. It's got conference call and then earnings over here in like 2 or 3 days. So you just got to watch out for those. Usually the price drops pretty good unless they have really good earnings that come out. The next one here is ESV. ESV. This is another uptrend pattern right on this SMA line. It's been bouncing multiple times, as you can see. It has just bounced there previous. Its earnings were actually very good, and it pushed up quite a bit. But I didn't want to take a position yet because I was not sure how the earnings were going to be. I just usually wait on the sidelines. But as you can see, it's pushed up, come back to that blue, the blue EMA. So it's at a good buy point right now. It did bounce just a tad off that line, so it's looking good. The MACD is looking good. The RSI is a little high, but the RSI doesn't always tell the truth of what it is. It lies a bunch. So you don't always have to go by the indicators. Go by the charts and the candle patterns. We got about 12% here, possibly. Yeah, about maybe 10 to 12%. Or I mean 5 to 12%, depending on if it gets rejected at this previous resistance here, which has happened a little bit. So that's another one that I really like. I really like the pattern. Another one that's another great pattern just like this is RTRX. As you see, many times it's been bouncing on this SMA line. Just keeps bouncing. It's bouncing. It's just really took a hard sell off here for the past week, and it's had this big candle. When you see a big candle like this with a big wick, what it means is, so sellers came in and pushed this down all the way down here, almost like 8%, even more. It was all the way up there, almost 10%, 10%. Sellers came in, sold this off, and then buyers came in down here and then pushed it all the way back up to this price point, which means there's a very good support of buyers here that are supporting this trend and that are confident that it will rebound. A rebound of 5% from its earnings. And these are basically two big consolidation candles because it's been pushed down, come back up, and then pushed up, came back down. So it's a big consolidation candle, really, is what it is. So if we don't see a drop below this SMA line too much again, we could see here 15%, 14, 15%, and possibly even more because it usually makes higher highs once it comes down and pushes up. See, it's got higher lows and then higher highs too every time it's been doing it. So we could expect maybe even 20% possibly out of this one. This is a really good one that I like. This is going to be the one that I'm really watching for the week. Once it starts showing that uptrend on the intraday chart and everything. Another one here is OSG. OSG is another one with this SMA pattern. It's recently come back, it's pushed up, and it's sold off. Now it is a little below the line, but it's at a good buy point to buy in and set your stop loss down here at about like $4. So potential profit is 4%, and then potential for loss is like 2.5% or so. And then the potential for profit's more than 4% if it returns back up to this previous resistance line here at about $4. So almost 8% profit. You can set your stop loss in at about 2.5%. So it's a good ratio for that one. One more here is IMMU. This is a really nice one right back at that SMA line, showing signs of a bounce up here. Once we get the confirmation and it gets above this SMA line, which would be around, it'll probably bounce up, and then we want to see a bounce right on that EMA from when it comes down, and it could be about, what was that, 10%? About 10% or so, 9-10%. It's a really nice pattern once we get the confirmation. As you can see back here, it did not do that. It came down for a few weeks and then popped up. So you got to make sure you get the confirmation before you take your position. So those are some of my hot stock Sunday, hot stock Sunday stocks, or whatever you want to call it, for the week, July 30th. If you guys want to know any more about the Thinkorswim platform, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe and put the notifications on so you can get all the new videos. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.